and this is a feral honeybee hive. So there's no feral European honeybee hives in Arizona.
No, not anymore.
They're all Africanized. Yeah. And what that means is back in 1957, down in Brazil, Sao Paulo, they created this super bee. Under laboratory conditions. They crossbred African queen bees with a variety of European drones. They created something called the Africanized honeybee. The reason they did it was Brazil wanted to become an exporter of honey, and the European bees were for shit in the jungles down there.
Right.
And so they said, well, let's bring over these African queen bees, crossbreed them with Europeans, and see what we get. And the result was like a super bee. It's a better bee.
Yep.
They make twice as much honey. They swarm. One hive will give birth to another hive, like 30 times a year under optimal conditions. A European hive is maybe like 2 to 6. Yeah, they're just really awesome. They build huge hives, like I said, a lot of honey.
Big ass hives.
And they're disease resistant. They don't get sick. They don't get sick. They don't have the varroa mite problems that the European hives do.
Just made super bees, that was the intention all along.
Yeah, and it worked.
But their intention was to not let them escape from the lab, though.
Yeah.
And they accidentally had a lab leak.
Yeah,
lab leak.
That's why we're dealing with them now
I
here.
feel like these lab leaks could be a problem.
They are.
They
Yeah.
let one queen out and all this
No. It was a bigger thing.
26.
Basically, this worker came through and he took all the swarm guards off of the hives, and 26 hives escaped. Swarms. 26
So all this
swarms
mayhem
escaped.
in the entire Western Hemisphere.
Yeah.
So you're expecting to find honey.
Oh, yeah.
So is this honey any different than regular honeybee because of the genetics?
No, it's the same.
It's the same. The only
not
difference
easy.
in the different types of honeys is the type of flowers the bees are messing with.
Okay.
All right, it's just that they make more. And the problem with these Africanized bees is they look exactly the same as a European honeybee, which is also invasive to the Western
How do you know if
Hemisphere.
they're Africanized?
Because the labs in Tucson have told us to not even send any more samples. They called me up.
They're all
and said-
Africanized.
No, they said, we're throwing them away.
In 98.
In 1998. They
1998.
said that we sent samples to them for 5 years, from 93 to 98. So they came across the border in 93. That's why we call them bee legals.
Thank you, everybody.
Took you a minute. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Anyway, beer all week.
So
Tried the
they're
honey coated beer.
hyper-defensive.
Yeah, hyper defensive.
They've killed thousands of people. They
Yep.
killed 3 people in this county last summer. These are the bee
I heard
attacks
about
you
that.
hear,
Yep.
right?
I heard about that, yeah.
So this goes on all the time. Now, not only are they dangerous, but just like European honeybees, they're actually destructive to ecosystems.
They're invasive.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
invasive.
Honeybees are invasive to the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, most people don't know that.
Yeah, you called them nice earlier.
This is killer bee
Yeah.
damage you've got here. Is this them trying to get to you, Hosh?
I don't know.
I mean, can you feel the sting in these
Oh, they
things?
sting through them. Yeah, they sting through
sting
them.
right through them, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Not as
So what
much.
if you wore 2 suits?
Well, then it would die of heat.
Yeah.
You can't win with
yeah.
these damn things,
Yeah.
you know. Now we have cooling vests underneath, and the thing I like most about them is they look like bulletproof vests.
Yeah.
But
Little
they're
added
cooling.
protection layer
Oh,
though,
it's
too, which
you
is
put
good.
that in the
does.
fridge, and then you wear that. Oh, very
It's got
cool.
ice in it, yeah.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah.
So they can't sting you right there, then?
No, right there, but everywhere else.
Everywhere else is
Oh,
weird.
everywhere else.
And they're not always aggressive, but nine times out of 10 they are, and during the summer months, always.
Well, Sam just walked up there just to take a quick look
Yeah.
with the guys looking at the property, and boom, they got super aggressive. I walked past
flying
that spot
into my
Okay,
a
when
100
did you
times,
get
and they've
stung?
not done anything. But that day,
last
boom,
week.
it was on.
Last week. Okay, now he had a delayed reaction. He swelled up 3 days later. All right, and people don't believe me they don't believe us when we talk about this shit. We get calls from cowboys out here in the desert Southwest and ranchers who say, "I got stung 5 days ago. I took the Benadryl like you said. I felt okay. It's been 5 days. I'm in the hospital."
Wow.
Delayed reaction. Now, also, when you get stung, a stinger is like a hypodermic needle. All right, the attack pheromone is in the venom. When you get stung, you cannot wash that pheromone off your skin. It's subcutaneous. It goes in your bloodstream.
oh my
So for
gosh.
up to a week,
You're
depending on
marked.
your metabolism,
You're marked.
You're marked.
That's why, because we were going down behind over here to the well, after I got stung, and they were
Falling.
flying into my face, like
Because
I was marked, right?
you're
You're a
marked.
target.
Right.
Yes,
oh,
right.
I see, that's information I didn't
Yep.
know.
So we're just gonna bring him for bait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. It's
Just bring my arm.
If you insist.
My own.
Take my arm, please. No, that was my wife. What was that comedian? Anyway.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney. Yes, indeed. Oh my God.
So the thing is, they interrupt the pollination cycle here.
Yep.
You've got native plants, native bees, native pollinators. All these things evolve to work together, and these guys come in and they're like, "Yeah, we're taking
They're
all
Vikings.
these resources and we're
They're hoarders.
stuffing them into that hole."
Right.
Okay.
We're
Well, that
taking
makes me
all
feel
the
less
nectar.
guilty about what you guys are going to do today.
Oh,
You mean like
Because-
kill him?
Yeah, because I thought this morning, like, man, I'm kind of, they stung me,
Of
they're
course.
jerks, so we're
Of
going to
course.
get rid of them, that's fine.
yeah.
But at the same time, there's so many flowers right now. Like,
Yeah.
my neck of the woods, everything's budding right
Mesquite,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
All these cactus, not a lot of mesquite over here, surprisingly. All these cactus has flower,
Yeah.
little buds on them,
Yeah.
all the ocotillos and everything. So I'm like, man, it's going to be a damn shame if we're taking their pollinators away. But I
Not
guess that's the
native
case, huh?
pollinators rule.
Yeah.
Native
No,
pollinators.
when we exterminate this hive, you'll see a resurgence of native pollinators.
Like bumblebees, there's a lot of different types of native pollinators in this neck of the woods, but there are no more bumblebees in Tucson because of Africanized honeybees.
See, they're jerks.
They are.
They're a deadly invasive species,
It's
is
the
what they are.
colonization of the insect world.
It really is.
What it is.
Wow.
They're
That's a good way of putting it.
they're a deadly invasive species, though.
They're literally a
They-
deadly.
I mean-
They're a
invasive
deadly.
species.
Yeah.
But you know what the worst thing about them is?
I mean, they could have killed you.
oh yeah.
Well, we ran inside, like fearing a little bit, like, man, I don't want to get stung anymore.
You get
Oh,
one, and yeah, you remember how much it
One's
hurts
enough.
right away. Boom.
So yeah, these are Africanized killer bees. You notice they look exactly the same because the difference is genetic, guys. They look exactly the same, but man, this aggression will not stand, man.